Greetings and good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is having a happy Wednesday, also known as Hump Day. Anyhow, I'm Michelle Portier of Michelle Speaks. If you hide it, you can't heal it. I'm coming to you today to share with you something that has been on my heart, and I kind of just wanted to share what that was. The topic of the day is restoring your roar. And of course, ROAR has an acronym. But before I get into what that means, I wanted to share with you a little backstory. So over the last 2 months, I have been in recovery mode from a serious auto accident that I encountered on my way out of town. And so that trip never happened. But on my journey to recovery, it allowed me some time to have to really be still and kind of reflect on the things that I've had going on. With advancing my organization, advancing my speaking platform, balancing, personal obligations and things of that nature, moving forward with my third book project. And so I have a lot of things that I'm balancing on my plate. And, when we get so focused on moving forward and creating impact and leaving legacy within our lives, within our community, within our families, oftentimes we can become so encompassed with doing that we lose sight of the mission. And so I believe during this downtime that I've had, it provided me with an opportunity to really reevaluate every aspect of my life. And so I came up with the restoring your roar. What does roar mean? We're going to go right into the first R in ROAR, which is resiliency. There is an innate ability within all of us to bounce back from adversity. However, at times, we may lose sight or lose a sense of that resiliency that we all have, that we all can tap into. But if we are bombarded and pummeled it with incident after incident, circumstance after circumstance, situation after situation, and we haven't allowed ourselves the proper time to process those things that we are encountering, we can lose sight of that resiliency. So the purpose of this message is to encourage you to restore every aspect of ROAR. So restore, go back and revisit previous adversities that you've overcome or challenges that you've pushed through and prevailed. And think about that inner resiliency and tap back into that. The second aspect of ROAR that I wanted to touch on is opulence. And opulence has several meanings. But for the purpose of today's YouTube, we're going to be talking about not wealth, meaning monetary wealth, but wealth, like an abundance, a flow of supply, a flow of energy, a flow of synergy, a flow of support. So restore your opulence, meaning consistency as well. So consistency in what? Consistency in focusing on self-care, consistency in prioritizing your responsibilities, consistency in how you relate to others, consistency in how you do every aspect of life. So opulence. And so we're going to move on to A. So A is advancement. So how do you restore? What does that mean as far as advancement? Advancement in your goals, advancement in your dreams, your purpose, your vision, advancement in whatever area in your life that you feel that you may have become stuck or stagnant in. The first step to advancing is identifying where you become stagnant or stuck. So restore that. And then after you identify it, you want to take actions or make plans on how you're going to advance or move forward. Maybe you need to analyze how you became stuck, but don't dwell there. Don't dwell on that too long. Just focus on how you can continue to advance past that. And then the last part of the roar is relationships. And again, there are interchangeable meanings for this last R, but for the purpose of today's video, I am talking about relationships. For today's purpose, we are going to be focusing on relationships, meaning the dynamics of relationships, the boundaries of relationships. I recently had a candid conversation with a colleague of mine during this downtime where I'm in a period of recovery. And during that conversation, it came out, a very pointed question was posed to me. And rather than provide a flippant response, I really had to sit and allow that to marinate for a few minutes. And I had to really think about and ponder upon the things that I could control and the things that I couldn't control, as far as why I felt that I wasn't advancing, why I was not feeling that I was not in a state of opulence, abundance, not just monetarily, why I felt like I was not as resilient as I had been previously. But what I had to identify and really confront was that I was the common denominator in all of the arguments that I presented. I was the common denominator. So as you evaluate your relationships, and I'm not just talking about intimate, I'm talking about platonic, I'm talking about business, I'm talking about social. As you do an evaluation of all of your relationships, take a look at the dynamics. Have things changed? Do you feel that they've become stagnant? Do you feel that there's a wall where there once wasn't one? Maybe it's time for you to reestablish or reset some boundaries. Or maybe it's time for you to do an assessment, not just of yourself, but of the relationship as a whole. Are you feeling like that you're pouring more into that relationship than you're getting out? And then you want to look at this. In whatever form of relationship you're looking at and you're assessing, the first thing that has to be the foundation is rapport, and the second thing is friendship. You have to establish a rapport, and then you have to establish a friendship to be able to move forward in whatever type of relationship you're in, whether it be a business, professional, social, intimate, friendship, whatever. Take a look at the dynamics of the relationships, and then after you've determined or made an assessment, then make a plan of action and then implement that plan. And then make sure that you evaluate yourself, because you're the common denominator. Do you see a pattern in the relationships that you're in, all aspects, where there's a glitch or maybe things aren't going as you perceive that they should be? Is there a pattern in how you deal with that or how you handle that, for the good or the bad? Just take an assessment. So, if you can take away anything from today on how to restore your roar, to move past adversity, remember resiliency, opulence, advancement, and relationships. This is Michelle Portier, host of Michelle Speaks. If you hide it, you can't heal it. And I am rooting for you all who have maybe felt weary or stagnant or stuck. I know that you are going to restore your roar. Until next time, take care, be well, God bless.